Loose right now in Texas, where Donald Trump's ICE Gestapo is attacking peaceful protesters who assembled and were marching outside of the Dilley Detention Center in South Texas. These peaceful protesters arrived to show support for Liam, who was kidnapped by the Trump Gestapo along with his father in Minnesota and brought to this detention center. Remember Liam, the 5-year-old Ecuadorian boy who was wearing the blue hat, who was used as bait in order to bring his father outside, and both were kidnapped and sent to this detention center. A lot of Democratic lawmakers showed up at this Dilley Detention Center. People were there peacefully protesting. You see Democratic Congressmember Castro right there. And then the Trump regime began attacking these peaceful protesters outside of the Dilley Detention Center. CNN was covering this when tear gas and other rounds were deployed at the peaceful protesters. I want you to watch what was happening outside of this Dilley Detention Center, where Trump's ICE Gestapo were attacking the peaceful protesters outside of this ICE detention center. Let's play this clip.
Fold as well, but state troopers starting to push back. I saw some. Oh, there we go. Oh, that landed on top of a photographer's camera, and I could see the photographer jump back there. So they have, I see a number of troopers have taken a few people into custody down there on the ground, but the vast majority of them have been pushed back. All of this literally unfolding here as these troopers in the riot gear, the state troopers, were the ones that were brought in on a school bus just a short while ago, and then quickly sent off those smoke devices, getting the crowd to break back.
You had this other incident also outside the Dilley Detention Center today, where thousands of community members, union members were there. And you'll see over here them getting tear gassed, attacked, beaten, and brutalized by Donald Trump's ICE Gestapo. Let's take a look right here. Let's play this.
And I've just been ordered to leave the premises. And she's yelling at me right now. So I'm going to head back to my car and try and keep you abreast of the situation.
Here's another angle of the procession of the peaceful protesters. Play this clip.
Do you want to be out of that?
And I think it's worth hearing this as well. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz right here. Here's what he said that Donald Trump had to say to him. Let's play this clip right here.
What else did he say to you other than saying he wanted to work together? I mean, what did he tell you about? What did you talk about?
He told me that he doesn't understand what's wrong with Minnesota. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I said, nothing's wrong with Mr. President. We're one of the most effective states and one of the best places to live. And he told me that, well, look, Tim, we did this in New Orleans. We did it in Louisville. There's no problems. And I said, you didn't kill anybody in Louisville or New Orleans. And the operation here looks very different from that. And then he told me it was successful in Venezuela.
He talked to you about Venezuela.
He did. He did. I'm not sure what gave him the indication that at this point in time, what's happening to my state, that I'm interested in Venezuela. But he told me how well that went. Which really was strange to me was he saw an operation in Venezuela against a foreign nation in the same context he saw an operation against a U.S. state and a U.S. city.
That's what he said when Donald Trump called him. He compared Minneapolis to Venezuela, which is Donald Trump turning it into a war zone, effectively an admission there by Donald Trump. Americans are fed up with this. Americans are ready to protest. We're ready for another No Kings protest. Let's bring on the Chief Communications Officer right now of Move On, Joel Payne. I want to bring in Joel Payne, Chief Communications Officer over at Move On, and we've got some big news we're breaking right now. Move On, along with Indivisible, 5051, so many of the other groups that were responsible for all of the past No Kings peaceful protests have joined forces and Move On, one of the leaders, well, I should say it's a leaderless movement of people who want to stand up peacefully to this regime, are announcing the next No King. So big announcement here, Joel. Joel, people want to know, can we do this tomorrow? Can we do this yesterday?
Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. What is really happened in Texas right now? Why are people protesting in the states? And why did Donald Trump suddenly attack their protesters with strong words? Today's story is shocking, emotional, and full of political drama. Texas, one of the America's biggest and most powerful state, is now the center of a massive national storms. Protesters are spreading, police are on alert, political leaders are fighting on TV and social media. And former President Donald Trump is once again at the heart of the controversy. Some people say Trump is defending law and order, others say he is attacking democracy and free speech. Supporters are cheering him, critics are furious. What exactly happened? Why did protests erupt in Texas? What did Trump say, and how is the country reacting? Stay with us because this story explains not just what is happening in Texas, but what is good means for the future of America. What stand the Texas protest? Let us begin at the bringing. Over the past few weeks, Texas has been facing growing tension. The state government passed new policies related to immigration enforcement, border security, and public demonstrations. Many civil rights groups, student organizations, labor unions, and immigrant communities felt these policies were unfair and harmful. People said the new law gave uh, police too much power, targeting immigrants unfairly, limited the right of protest, increased radicals performings, create fear in minorities communities. So anger began spreading on college campus, online forums, and community meetings. Attack active activates standing organized peaceful protests across major Texas. Critics including Austrians, Hormones. Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today the United States is facing one of the biggest political and social crises in modern history. Critics are tensy, stress are failed with protest, families are afraid, communicates are divided, and the whole world is watching. At the center of the storm is former President Donald Trump, the powerful Freedom Federal Immigrations Agency called ICE, and a massive national-wide operations that has shocked millions of Americans. This is not just a political story. This is a human story about families, workers, children, and ordinary peoples whose lives were suddenly turned upside upside down. In this video, we will explain everything in very easy. What exactly happened, why ICE studied mass rise, how Trump reacted, why protest exploded, who was hurt and killed, what counters and leaders are saying, what may happen next. So let us begin this powerful story step by step. Who is Donald Trump and why immigrations matter? Donald Trump is one of the most controversial leaders in American history. He first became president in 2017 and again returned to power after winning the 2024 election. From the very beginning, immigration was his strongest issue. Trump promised to stop illegal immigrations, to build strong borders, to deport undocumented immigrant, to protect American jobs. Many Americans supported him because they believed strong immigration laws means better security and better job. But many others strongly opposites him. They said his politics were cruel, reckless, and harmful to families. This divide our immigrations has exist in Americans from decades, but under Trump's the conflicts become louder, stronger, and more emotional than ever before. What is ICE and why is it so powerful? ICE stands from Immigrations and Customer Enforcement. It is a federal law enforcement agency under the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. ICE job include arresting undocumented immigrations, deporting people without legal status, investigation cross-border crimes, enforcing immigration laws. ICE offers have guns, armored vehicles, and military styles equipment. They can enter homes with warrant and detain people from questioning. Supporters say ICE protect Americas from crisis and smugglers. Critics say ICE abuse power is ICE job included arresting undocumented immigrants, deporting people without legal status, investigating cross-border crimes, enforcing immigration laws. ICE officers have guns, or armored vehicles, and military-style equipment. They can enter home with wa- uh, warrants and detains people for questions. Supporters say ICE protect America from crisis and smugglers. Uh, Critics say ICE abuse power, breaks families, targets innocent peoples, and territorial communications. These tensions has existed from years, but in a lot 2025 and early 2026, everything exploded. Operations that shocked Americans. In December 2025, the Trump administrations launched a massive federal options now unofficially has operations Metro Surge. Thousands of ICE agents, border patrols officers, and federal law enforcement terms were sent into American city, especially Minneapolis and surrounding areas. The government said these operations target gun members, drug traffickers, violence, criminals, peoples with serious criminal records. Trump publicly say we are removing the worth of the roast. Americans will be safer, but what happened next shocked the national. Mass riots being suddenly ICE agents being sporting everywhere, outstand apartment building, at a bus stop, never school, inside workplace, on public stress. Unmarked vehicles are aggressive, armed officials in uh, tacticals gear block road. Helicopters, few overheads, families reports agents knocking on doors last at night. People were dark away in front of Nigo Bush. Parents appeared while children crisis. Many detained people had no serious criminal record. Some were asylum. Some were asylum seekers waiting for court hearing. Others had lived in the U.S. peacefully of years. Fear spreads across city. Parents sport sending kids to school. Workers sports going to job. Night hook went silent. People began asking if this America or upper police state. First major incident: a woman is shot. In early January 2026, everything's changed during in IC operation in Mini oppose a 37-year-old American woman named Rena Good was shot and killed by federal agents. According to ICE, officers believed she was armed and dangerous, but witness said she was unarmed. She was not resisting. She was confused. She posted no threats. Video spread online showing chaotic scenes. Her family cried on tensive. Protesters felt the stress. Many Americans were shocked. How can immigration agents kill an American's citizens? Trust in ICE collapsed overnight. Shooting makes it rose only days later. Targeted shoot again. Another person lacks pretty nurse and healthcare worker was shot and killed during another fatal operation. Reporters say he had no criminal history and was not a suspect. This sand killing exploded across social media. Millions watched the video. A protest sign flooded child. People shouted, ICE is out of control, this is murder, this was stopped. Now the story was no longer just about immigration, it was about police violence, abuse of power, civil rights, government accountability. Americans was burning with anger. Protesters turned into mass movement. After the shooting, protests spread rapidly. Minneapolis, New York, Los Angeles, Texas, Florida, Washington D.C. People from all backgrounds marched. Immigrants, critics, students, workers, teachers, nurses, veterans, parents. These help signs say stop ICE threats, not just no peace, immigrations are human, defend our communities. Protest blocked road, shut down a building, and demanded justice. Police responded with tears, gas, rubbers, bullets, and arrest. Tensions rose every day. School choice businesses shut down. Fear changed daily life. Parents keep children home. Teacher cancelled classes. Standards closed early, works spotted showing up, uh, courts opened, shelters, hospitals reportedly stopped shooting, food bank were overwhelmed. Inter because silent zone commentary leaders say this opportunity is destroying trust between people and government. The child detentions that brown Americans hit one of the most animations movement came when I see against details is 5-year-old boy named Lima rooms while he was walking home from school with his father. His family had pending assume cases. A photo of the boy wearing a backpack and crying while surrounding by armed officers went viral. Millions of people crisis watching it, protesting, celebrations, and actives demanded how can Americans tears children like criminals. This movement become a symbol of the entire crisis. Response: President Trump defends ICE strongly. He said, "We are enforcing the law. Their people broke the law. Our America come first." He accused protest of sporting crimes in encouraging choice, weakening law enforcement. Trump said he would not back down and ordered ICE the continue operations. He was demanded that local political corporations with federal agents, but many local leaders refused. Local leaders fight back. Mayors and governors in Minnesota and other states push back hard. They said ICE was violations constitutional rights. Federal agents were acting without proper warrants. Innocent people were being terrorized. Local communities were being destroyed. Some critics refused to share enforcement with ICE. Other blocked accesses to local jails. Some were sued the federal government. The political war had officially burned. Enter the battle. A federal judge becomes reaming ICE action. Some judge critics ICE for ignoring court orders, using excusing face, detailing people without proper cause, breaking due process, writing. One judge said no government agency is above the constitutions. Legal battles spreads across the country. Lawsuits build up. Human rights organizations step in. Civil liberations group warned this could permanently damage democracy. Thank you for watching my video. Below the comment, I see you in the next video.